I got engaged, I think I was like 30, in my mid-30s. Connie actually saw an ad in the paper for Ripon, Wisconsin, and she said, "Isn't Ripon real close to your church camp?" And it wasn't until my father started having issues with dementia that we had to kind of rethink what we were going to do. When we walked into this house, that's the day after I sold my parents' house. And so this was going to be our house, and then we're just going to try and make some rooms for my parents. So we were just trying to survive. We're just trying to get my parents where my mother can take care of my dad. A friend from church was driving them, and they went to a doctor's appointment in Neenah. I think they were making a turn onto a main road, and a utility truck just came and just broadsided them. When I got down to the hospital, it was so busy in there, there was no room for them to talk to me. They took me into like a phone booth. They said, "All right, your mother passed away." So that was kind of a shock. And as soon as everyone left, and my dad turned to me, and then he asked, so then I told him. And then I think that's probably where my journey on grief started. That was the first time I ever wailed. I would hear about people wailing. I was with Connie in the bed, and I just wailed at the loss of my mom. Probably a few months later, my wife was up here, and then she goes, "Hey, what is this?" And there's a little lump on her breast. And I think Connie and I were kind of bracing for my dad to go. And we were very optimistic. We thought, people kick cancer, a couple years, she'll be in remission. She had the reconstructive surgery. We thought everything was fine. But then a little later on, maybe a couple months later, her back was really bothering her. And when we went back to the doctors, they said, "Nope, it's back. The cancer's back. You need to kind of go through another bout of chemo." I think it was on Christmas Eve, came back from work, and I found Connie on the floor, and that was the first time that she couldn't get up. I think it was that after the first or second day, they said there's nothing more they can do. When we were in the hospital, Casey had sung a song, and then he let me use his guitar, which I hadn't played in years, and I sang the song that I sang to her at our wedding. And then I thought, man, there's a song I wrote, and I want to sing it. I want to sing it for Connie, but I couldn't remember the song. And I was around 4 o'clock in the morning, the words just came back, and I just got a piece of paper, started writing them down, got the guitar, and played her a song. She died. And we fast forward to June, Father's Day. Here I am taking care of my dad. And my sister came by with one of my cousins from Hawaii just to say goodbye to him. After they left, his body started to, what do you call it, when it tightens up. And then I realized, I said, "Oh wow, this is it." I got my guitar and I sang that same song there. After I finished singing, my dad passed away. It was grief about losing 3 people, triangle bell, where it was almost like ding, ding, ding. I didn't know which one I was grieving because it was all 3 of them all at once. And it was pretty intense. In the grieving process, I realized I needed some help. When I talked about being in heaven so much that I think the head of the hospice for St. Agnes thought I was a suicide person. When I go back to ushering people into heaven, it's almost like you get a glimpse of what heaven is like. And you have this urge, I just want to be there. I just want to be there. And but then it's replaced over time where God helps you with what you know. So it's interesting how it takes your heart time to catch up with your brain and what you know. That same week I saw this ad for Grief Share at Calvary Bible Church. And we did that for maybe a couple of months. And then Gary was so happy that we found a group. He's like, Danny, why don't you think about, doing one here at church? Kelly lost her husband in July of cancer. Well, we're now back from our honeymoon. We just got back late last night. How I felt during the wedding, I couldn't wait until they said, you are man and wife, and you can kiss the bride. Another highlight was when Casey was there and he's playing. We would do it together over at River Shores, Your Love Never Fails. In that song, in the night, there's going to be pain, but in the morning, comes a joy.